Good morning, YouTube. It's a Sunday morning. It's a beautiful morning, 73 degrees, and as you can see, there is not a cloud in the sky. Just a great morning for a ride. We're driving down to Amelia Island. Gonna get breakfast and go see the new Avengers movie. So it's just a perfect day for a ride and for a little trip. That we take the bike out. We especially wanted to take the bike out because yesterday my Russell day-long seats arrived and got put on. I've ridden them a little bit yesterday. We went out to lunch and did a little riding around, and I will say, compared to the Sergeant seats that I had on before, I think they look better. And initial impressions, I think they're going to be more comfortable, but we're not going to know that until we do a long trip. But at least initial impressions, yeah, they're really comfortable. Sergeant seats are just a massive improvement over stock, and we've really enjoyed our Sergeant seats. We get about 4 hours very comfortably on the Sergeants. After 4 hours, though, I start getting hot spots and little chafe points. And much longer than that, and I really start to get uncomfortable. Stock seats, that's about an hour for me. So Sergeants were a huge improvement. But as you know, we like to do occasionally long trips. And yeah, if you're more than 4 hours in that seat, we just want off. It starts to hurt. So we'll see how these do on the long trip. We're not going to know for sure until we've got many hours in the saddle. But like I said, initial impressions, I really like them. I think it's really comfortable. I had them add a 1/4 of an inch, make them a 1/4 inch taller. I like it in the low position. I like my seat in the low position. I'm a little closer to the handlebars, a little bit more in the bike. The high position was too high, so when I had them built, I told them I wanted my seat in the low position, but I wanted a 1/4 inch of foam put in, additional 1/4 inch taller. And they did, and man, you can't tell when you look, and I'll show you either before or after when I show the seat. You can see that it meets the gas tank perfectly, like it normally the stock would in a low position. Whereas in the high position, the seat sits, a little 3/4 of an inch above the gas tank line. These blend right in, just like they would at the low position, but they're definitely a little bit taller. I can tell my position relative to my gauges. So they did that exactly as I asked, and yeah, just really comfortable seat. One of the things I'm finding, even over the Russell, is the way these the tractor style seat, it's got that lip that runs around. Well, it extends further on the sides. So the result on the upside is I feel like my thigh gets a little bit more. Pull over for Mr. Policeman here. Slow down. Anyway, my thigh gets a little more support. A little more. It's my leg is a little bit more supported. That's which I think will increase comfort quite a bit. So, I mean, it's a tiny amount, but you just feel more like you're in a normal seat. Normal chair where your thighs got a bit of support, takes a little bit of weight off your feet on the pegs maybe. And if it is, it's very little. It just feels more supported. It feels a little more comfortable. Now the downside of that exact same thing is when you stop and go to put your feet down, that seat, as it comes around like that, kind of keeps your leg from going down. You have to slide forward in the seat a little bit to get your legs down. Now for me, I've got plenty of reach on the RT. My feet, I don't have a problem. I'm completely flat-footed with knees a little bent at a stop on this bike. So I've got plenty of room to play with, and I don't have to move in my seat at all to get the balls of my feet down. If I want a flat foot, I have to slide forward just a touch. But even riding yesterday, I could feel myself starting getting used to that. And I strongly suspect, just based on that within a few days I won't even notice. It'll just be what you do when you stop. My wife has a full Russell day long on the back seat as well. She likes it. She really liked the sergeant seat as well, and she would get a little sore, but nothing like I did on mine. So she was happy with the sergeants. She likes this a little better, I think. She likes it. She thinks it's comfortable. She thinks it's a little bit shorter front to back than the Sergeant was. And it might be, I suspect a lot of that is just the way the seat is shaped. It looks and feels a little bit different because when you sit down, you are stable in this chair, in these seats. The way they're designed, if you like to slide around on your bike, when you turn and slip, left and right, you would not like this seat, because this seat locks you in. When you sit in it, you are in place. It is stable like you wouldn't believe. So I think that probably in the longer run is something she'll like better, because in the Sergeant's, she always felt like her bottom would slip forward and she was constantly sitting herself back upright, getting her butt back in the seat. Every 20 minutes or so I'd feel her back there sitting back upright. My guess is this one will lock her in place a lot better, so we'll see what she thinks. Another big change, I bought a motorcycle for my son back when they were moving the last time, back in the fall, and it arrived this past week as well, so it's been a busy week. So it's a little Yamaha FC07. My wife wants to take the rider's course and get her license and see if she likes riding on her own, and see where that goes. That's a perfect bike for her to start on. She fits on it great. In her boots, she flat foots off on it. So I think it's going to be a great beginner bike for her. We may be dual vlogging on two bikes. She really enjoys riding on this one because she likes to look around a lot. I think that's the one thing that may, in the end, want her to prefer to ride with me rather than ride her own, because she loves looking around. And when you're driving, you're looking around a lot, but you're looking around at driving. She likes to look around at the scenery and the signs, and so we'll see how that plays out. But I'll try to get that on video a little bit as she goes through that process, and I'll show you that bike probably at the end of this video. If I didn't already, you would have seen it as well. So we've had lunch and the movie, heading back, coming off of Amelia Island. Bridge up ahead goes over the, ooh, nice gust of wind, over the intercoastal. Put us back over onto the mainland. Had a nice lunch of fish tacos on a veranda overlooking the beach and the ocean, so that was really nice. It was a great day for it. It's a nice day for a ride. It's 80 degrees, so I mean, can't beat that. It's a little warm when you're stopped, but it's perfect when you're riding.